this mean that they someday could get paid? Wait a minute. Some think that this all opens the door to that possibility. And yes, Northwestern plans to appeal. Can you imagine what the NCAA has to say about it? They say, in part, that student athletes are not employees. They're very disappointed. So what started all of this? And what is the original intention? So Joe Carter, good morning.
Good morning. They say they work for the university because they examine their day-to-day lives, these football players, and they see that they're working 30 to 60 hours for the football team and that they can't take time off from the football program. So therefore, they work for the NCAA, and that's where they're able to form this union.
That's what the board said.
That's what the labor board said after examining and following around it and basically investigating these football players' lives. Okay, so this really reclassifies them, the student athlete I'm talking about, as an employee, not a student athlete. And so that means that they're an employee, it entitles them to securing basic protection, basic rights of an employee. Now, former Northwestern quarterback Kane Coulter, he has been the person who's really been publicly leading this charge and leading the movement to unionize.
I believe we're already being paid, and we're being paid in the form of scholarship and stipend checks in that sense. The question isn't whether we should be paid, it's whether we should have guaranteed on certain benefits and certain resources should be provided to us. What this action was is finally getting players a voice, giving them a seat at the table so that they can finally have something in place that's going to represent them.
They're asking for better medical coverage here. They want better concussion testing and the possibility of getting paid in the form of sponsorships to come. Now you, our viewers, have been sounding off on this. Claudine on Facebook says, it makes the real workers in a union super angry hearing this. They are comparing themselves to firefighters, police, teachers, steel workers, etc. Regan says the players are the ones out destroying their bodies and brains while the universities are making a boatload of money off of them. I think it's a fair trade. Now the school, Northwestern University, plans to appeal, and they say that these student athletes are not employees and have no right to a union. The NCAA says it's, quote, disappointed by this ruling.
Oh my gosh, doesn't it open up a can of worms or what?
This is the catalyst for massive change when it comes to college athletes and the NCAA, a billion-dollar industry.
So, what do you think? Are college athletes employees of their schools? You can tweet us at Robin Meade. Hit me up on Facebook as well so we can use some of your responses on the air. And the former quarterback, any chance, was he a law major? Because he's pretty darn good at it now.
Pretty smart guy.
All right, new this morning, President Obama and Pope Francis have met for the